Welcome back to the Dinar Daily Buzz, your trusted source for credible insights, grounded analysis, and motivational updates surrounding Iraq's ongoing financial transformation. Today, we bring you a headline creating noticeable interest worldwide and sparking serious conversations among analysts and economists. Iraq has officially introduced the 20,000 dinar banknote. While this may seem like a simple update, it could represent a significant turning point in the nation's economic evolution. For years, many have watched for a tangible sign that Iraq's long-discussed monetary reform was moving from theory into practice. This new denomination in circulation sends a clear signal that change is now happening in real time. This new banknote is more than just paper. It is a statement of confidence from the Central Bank of Iraq. This move underscores Iraq's growing financial maturity, its progress in implementing reforms, and its readiness to take bolder steps toward full integration with the international community. To understand the true importance of this development, we must look deeper than the number printed on it. This is not merely about convenience or updated design. It is a carefully considered step in the Central Bank of Iraq's long-term strategy for monetary restructuring. When a central bank introduces a new denomination, it reflects both macroeconomic intent and structural evolution. In this case, placing a 20,000 dinar note between the existing 10,000 and 25,000 notes creates a bridge. This bridge is designed to simplify daily transactions and prepare the economy for smoother transitions between price levels. Many analysts see this as part of a deliberate effort to enhance liquidity efficiency and position the dinar within a framework that can accommodate future reform. Few topics have sparked as much discussion as the concept of removing 3 zeros. This phrase refers to Iraq's intention to redenominate its currency, replacing high-value notes with smaller, stronger units that represent greater purchasing power. This idea has been part of the central bank's plans for over a decade. Crucially, removing zeros does not mean devaluation. Historically, in cases like Turkey, it has preceded stronger valuations and enhanced global credibility. By issuing the 20,000 dinar note now, Iraq may be signaling the start of the operational stages of that plan. The timing aligns with broader trends of rising economic stability and international cooperation. This move could be a strategic foundation for a recalibrated exchange rate, one that allows each dinar to hold greater real value in global terms. Financial experts in Baghdad have been quick to analyze this step as part of Iraq's long-term economic roadmap. According to detailed commentaries from economists and policy strategists, the new banknote directly supports the nation's medium-term reform agenda. This plan was structured in consultation with international partners like the International Monetary Fund. The core goals are modernization, rebuilding cash handling infrastructure, and aligning with international banking standards. One economist summarized the rationale clearly, stating the note is part of a plan to balance liquidity and prepare for a tiered currency framework. In simpler terms, Iraq is fine-tuning its money supply. This involves reducing reliance on larger notes and paving the way for a stronger, more stable currency system aligned with global norms. Across financial networks and social media, the global reaction to Iraq's new banknote has been immediate. From institutional investors to independent analysts, many are calling this a defining moment in Iraq's currency history. Banking circles in the United States and Europe are monitoring Middle Eastern trade indicators for shifts. Forex traders see this as a potential sign of improved liquidity management and fiscal discipline. The announcement has renewed optimism among long-term observers, who see it as confirmation that Iraq's reform process is actively underway. Coordination with leading private Iraqi banks reinforces confidence that this initiative is part of a broader stability-focused framework. The overarching message is clear: Iraq's financial leadership is steering toward currency stability and eventual reintegration into the global financial system. Understanding the psychology behind monetary reform is crucial. Currency changes reshape national perception and rebuild public trust. Introducing a new denomination communicates progress, modernization, and forward movement. For Iraq, a nation that has endured decades of challenges, this transition marks an emotional milestone. The new note represents renewal. It is convenient for transactions, reflective of a more stable market, and psychologically empowering for citizens beginning to experience financial normality. History shows similar transformations. When the euro was introduced, confidence grew as consistency took hold. The same principle applies here. When the Iraqi people trust their currency, foreign investors follow. This alignment signals the dawn of a stronger national economy. Behind every strong currency lies a foundation of tangible assets. Iraq stands in a powerful position. With massive proven oil reserves, growing gold holdings, and an improving budget surplus, the nation has real economic strength supporting the dinar's long-term integrity. Under the current government, Iraq has progressed in modernizing its fiscal framework and diversifying trade partnerships. Recent strategic agreements with major global players have strengthened Iraq's position. Some energy-related transactions are now being pegged directly to the Iraqi dinar. Economists see this shift as monetary sovereignty in motion, reclaiming control over national liquidity flows. Each of these actions signals that Iraq's currency is preparing to reflect its genuine intrinsic value. The new banknote is a visible starting point of a deeper economic awakening. To understand Iraq's path, we can look at historical parallels. Nations like Kuwait, Vietnam, and post-war Germany successfully restructured their currencies through measured, sequential reform. These case studies reveal a consistent pattern. First, introduce modernized banknotes to build confidence. Second, consolidate fiscal reserves and regulate liquidity. Third, implement a gradual recalibration of the exchange rate. Fourth, achieve full international reinstatement. Iraq's emerging strategy appears to follow this proven model. It is strategic, phased, and grounded in economic prudence. This sets the stage for one of the most closely watched monetary transformations of our time. Let's examine the numbers driving current anticipation. Iraq's currency presently trades at approximately 1,310 dinars per US dollar. If Iraq were to realign toward parity with strong regional currencies like Kuwait's, the implications would be significant. Under such a scenario, the value represented by a 20,000 dinar note would change dramatically. However, experts caution this would be a long-term target. Most financial analysts project that Iraq's first recalibration phase will likely involve a more controlled adjustment. Even a moderate change would constitute a significant currency appreciation event. For investors, these figures represent the vision of restored national pride and economic sovereignty. While the new note captures headlines, a digital revolution is also underway at the Central Bank of Iraq. Over the past years, the bank has been upgrading its financial architecture in collaboration with global technology partners. These upgrades are designed to bring Iraq's monetary infrastructure in line with international best practices. The new note coincides with enhanced anti-counterfeit technology and digital tracking protocols. Significantly, Iraq has formalized a digital clearing agreement with the Bank for International Settlements. This is a major step toward future interoperability with international digital currency frameworks. By merging traditional reform with digital transformation, the central bank is future-proofing Iraq's entire financial ecosystem for the digital economy ahead. Media coverage of the banknote rollout has evolved in tone. What was once speculative is now recognized as concrete policy implementation. Prominent economic publications highlight that Iraq is stepping into a new era. Skepticism is being replaced with cautious optimism. Official press releases emphasize modernization, compliance, and transparency, aligning with standards set by institutions like the IMF. Well-placed sources suggest these developments may precede further activation of exchange systems. On the ground, Iraq's banking landscape is evolving. Major institutions are rolling out new technologies, from upgraded ATM networks to biometric verification systems. These efforts strengthen domestic financial infrastructure and prepare Iraq for deeper international engagement. Globally, observers note that large international banks maintain systems capable of processing the Iraqi dinar, indicating technical readiness for future steps. This underscores a broader reality. The new banknote is part of a coordinated cycle on domestic reform and international readiness. Iraq's progress represents a strategic bridge toward a fully modernized financial identity. Sometimes the most powerful milestones are measured in human endurance and faith. For over 2 decades, Dinar investors have lived through cycles of hope and disappointment. The release of the new note marks the turning of a page. It is a visible confirmation that years of patience were not in vain. It embodies government confidence and investor perseverance converging into one tangible artifact of reform. For many, this is about validation and witnessing a country reclaim its position. The new banknote is a message that patience has built a bridge to this moment. While emotions fuel belief, data fuels confirmation. Iraq's financial indicators are aligning with markers of a nation preparing for value recalibration. Analysts track liquidity, stability, and external reserves. Recent reports show gradual tightening of money supply, suggesting effective inflation control. Regulation has narrowed the gap between official and market exchange rates, a key precondition for adjustment. Iraq now holds substantial foreign currency reserves and gold. When liquidity control, exchange stability, and reserve strength converge, economists see a readiness threshold. In this light, the new note confirms that Iraq's internal financial mechanics are functioning as designed, laying the technical foundation for the future. Across global forums and investor networks, the conversation is resonating. Community commentators emphasize that the new note fits seamlessly within the reform timeline they have tracked. Their interpretation is that this signals a late-phase implementation, potentially preceding adjustments in exchange values. The public response carries measured optimism. Everyday citizens recognize what this could mean: improved purchasing power and restored dignity. The sentiment building is one of cautious celebration. People sense that the pieces of a long-awaited puzzle are aligning. The era of waiting may be giving way to an era of awakening. At the heart of this reawakening is the current political leadership, which has provided momentum and coherence to the transformation. The government launched a national economic agenda built on currency stability, trade expansion, and digital transparency. TH's pillars reinforce each other. Stability creates trust, trade multiplies opportunity, and transparency ensures sustainability. There is a notable alignment between Parliament, the central bank, and the private sector. The leadership's message is that Iraq's currency should represent the true strength of its people and resources. This is a long-term vision for sovereignty, becoming a shared national mission. The emotional hook is clear. It is finally happening. For the global community following this story, the new note feels like a long-awaited spark. It is a declaration that Iraq's economy is entering a phase of renewal. Those who endured uncertainty are now witnessing tangible proof of progress. This note validates the journey and transforms hope into confirmation. While zeros have not disappeared overnight, their influence is being methodically addressed through structured reform. The new note has become an emotional bridge between faith and fulfillment. As reform accelerates, attention turns to the roadmap ahead. Observers should watch for official announcements on further denomination releases or design updates. Budget revisions may contain references to new valuation metrics. Forex platforms might begin listing real-time dinar movements. Publications in the official government gazette will confirm any legal amendments to monetary policy. Regional bank communications may highlight new trade settlement channels using the dinar. Each milestone represents a page in the story of Iraq's economic resurgence. The message is to stay informed, disciplined, and optimistic. What is beginning is a carefully engineered transition, the culmination of planning and patience. For those holding the dinar, this is a time for proactive preparation, beginning with education. Ensure your banknotes are securely stored and documented. Verify their authenticity and maintain clear records. Filter your information sources carefully. Focus on credible channels like official central bank announcements, IMF updates, and respected economic bulletins. Monitor progress in compliance, technology, and legal frameworks, as these determine real-world readiness. Remain patient but strategically ready. Monetary change often happens in decisive windows. When that moment comes, the prepared will respond with clarity and confidence. Preparation today is protection tomorrow. Stay grounded and remember that the value of knowledge always precedes the value of currency. After years of uncertainty, something tangible is unfolding. Iraq is implementing reform. The new banknote represents a new level of maturity, signaling that the nation's financial rebirth is gaining momentum. This is about identity, sovereignty, and renewal. To every viewer, Understand this: progress happens in quiet steps that become undeniable over time. Iraq has taken one of those steps. Do not lose faith. Whether you are an investor or an observer, remember that transformation begins subtly before it becomes history. If today's update was helpful, please like, subscribe, and activate notifications for future reports. Join our community of those who believe in Iraq's potential and global economic evolution. Here, we aim to reveal the truth behind the transformation. Disclaimer: this content is intended strictly for informational and educational purposes. It is not financial advice or an endorsement of any specific investment. Viewers are strongly encouraged to consult licensed financial professionals and perform their own independent research before making any financial decisions. The future belongs to those who prepare wisely.